Hello, my name is MJ, and me and my group will be talking about the digestive system. Digestive system is a very interesting system. It has a big impact on the way we grow and how we function. First things first, the mouth is the first step of the digestive system, and it starts when taking the first bite of food. Chewing breaks the food into pieces that are more easily digested, while saliva mixes with food to begin the process of breaking it down to a form your body can use. The esophagus is part of the alimentary canal that connects the throat to the stomach. The esophagus is about 8 inches long and is lined by the moist pink tissue called mucosa. The esophagus runs behind the windpipe and heart and in front of the spine. The upper esophageal sphincter, which is also called the UES, is a bundle of muscle at the top of the esophagus. The muscles of the UES are under conscious control used when breathing, eating, belching, and vomiting. They keep food and secretions from going down the windpipe. The lower esophageal sphincter, LES, is a bundle of muscle at the low end of the esophagus where it meets the stomach. When the LES is closed, it prevents acid and stomach contents from traveling backwards from the stomach. The LES muscles are not under voluntary control. The esophagus is what they call the highway for food and drink to travel to the stomach. And now here's Dale to speak about the stomach.
The esophagus is otherwise known as the highway to the stomach. And the stomach is the first step in the digestive tract before food goes to the small intestines. What does the stomach do to break down tough foods? The stomach secretes acid and enzymes that digest food. Ridges of muscles tissue called the rugae, which is a term used in anatomy that refers to a series of ridges produced by folding of the wall of an organ. Most commonly, the term is applied to internal surface, the stomach gastric rugae, which lines the stomach. The stomach muscles contract periodically, churning food to enhance digestion. The pyloric sphincter is a muscular valve in which no mammal can survive without. What is this organ called? This organ is called the small intestines, or small bowel. And some may say that this 22 feet long organ may be the most underrated function in the digestive system. And is a part of the gastrointestinal tract between the stomach and the large intestine, and where most of end absorption of food takes place, over 9% of it. The small intestine then absorbs nutrients and turns into fuel and energy. Villi is also located in the small intestines. Villi's main job is to absorb nutrients from the food you eat, and villi helps by increasing the surface area the intestine has for the process of absorption. Now I've told you about how small intestine is responsible for 90% of the digestive system, and how you might be asking, what about the other 10%, and how that is important to the body. Well, here's Jacayla, and she'll be telling you about the extra 10%, which is called the large intestines, and its functions and its importance.
So, like Rondell said, the large intestines take 10% responsibility of overall digestion. These continuous tubes that run from the stomach to the anus are about 6 feet long, and this organ holds responsibility for processing waste, so emptying the bowels are easy and convenient. Stool is waste. That waste that we're talking about is called stool. Stool is the waste left over that the large intestines are responsible for removing and is moved by peristalsis. This is constriction and relaxation of the muscles of the intestine. Stool typically takes about 36 hours to get through the colon, and when the colon is full of stool, it then empties to the rectum and gets ready for elimination. So once the large intestines take it to the colon, and the colon, which is a part of the large intestines, take it to the rectum. The rectum's job is to receive and hold stool until it's ready for evacuation. Then, when it's ready for evacuation, it flows into the anus. The anus is the last part of the digestive system. This 2-inch canal, literally 2-inch canal, is the release of substance to keep the cycle flowing. So it's literally like the blood flow. There's a start and there's an end. So when you start eating again, the process starts all over for that specific type of food or whatever, for nutrients and all that you need in your body. We've talked about the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, large intestines, rectum, and anus. Those are 7 main organs of the digestive system, but along the way there are smaller parts that help the flow of the system continue going, and those smaller parts are accessory organs. Dennis will help elaborate on the accessory organs.
Salivary glands. Your salivary glands make as much as a quart of saliva each day. Saliva is important to lubricate your mouth. It helps with swallowing, protecting your teeth against bacteria, and aid in the digestion of food. The 3 major pairs of salivary glands are parotoid glands on the inside of the cheeks, submandibular glands at the floor of the mouth, and sublingual glands under the tongue. There are also several hundred minor salivary glands throughout the mouth and throat. The liver. The liver processes the nutrients absorbed from the small intestine. Bile from the liver secreted into the small intestine helps digest fats. In addition, the liver is the body's chemical factory. It takes the raw material absorbed by the intestine and makes all various chemicals the body needs to function. The liver also detoxifies potential harmful chemicals. Gallbladder. The gallbladder is a pear-shaped hollow structure. Its function is to store and concentrate bile, a yellow-brown digestive enzyme produced by the liver.